Oh, that's great. So it's a lot of activity then. A
Yeah,
lot
so
of activity.
basically, we've got 25 people at Roustons right now that'll pop over to Baby Dolls as soon as Billy gives the word. And then Baby Dolls probably already has people there, so
Yeah, they always have people. Yeah.
yeah, but they were just taking the group photo as I popped out a voice. Looks like they might still be. Nice. I was worried if like we were taking too long because certain episodes, when we go to a lot of places or we have a lot of guests on, and we go like 20 minutes over, I'm always like, we gotta go. We're eating into Sin's time. So I liked that. You're telling us that so we don't feel bad. Yeah, yeah, I get that. Well, we try.
screen is working at DollHouse. Hello, everyone. I see Miara in the house, Dixon, Tempoko, Jim Cedric, Swayze in the building. Then we have official Cube Man, 1010, Ruru. What up, Dixon? Kyle, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Gucci Toe, old guy, Mikey. Hello, Gaia. Hey, what up, Sam? Sam is all mewed out. So I reach out my hand. I pray for the guidance, come reach me. Won't you reach me? Won't love heal me? You know I need to breathe. See, I've been on this journey on my own. Seen so many things. From the birds in the sky to the sun as it sings. So I won't regret, no, when things get hard. And I learn to take a breath now. And I see through the dark, through the dark, through the dark, through the dark. I see with my heart. Hey, yeah, yeah. Learn to see with your heart now. You can see through the dark. All right. Just believe and stand proud. We will be starting shortly. Thank you everyone for being here. You know you gotta stand proud. Things can be crazy. You know you gotta. But the greatest blessing we have is in the gift.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the DollHouse. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. My name is Sinful, and I am your host for Beyond the NFT. Before I introduce tonight's guests, I would like to announce that if you would like to ask any questions live on the show, just feel free to join the BTN interview stage channel in the CBD Discord, CBD meaning Community Building Decentraland Discord server. And just raise your hand and we'll get you on stage. Now, without further ado, I would like to introduce Community Manager at DressX, Havo G. How are you?
Hello, how are you guys? I'm great. Thank you guys for inviting me. And yes, I'm Discord manager, and I also work as community manager for DressX. I've been working for them working along them since already 6 months. Right now officially, but I was already working with them for like a year or so, a little bit more. And well, my background is not as many of the people that is on digital fashion, because I am not a designer, I'm not a creator per se. I don't come from a fashion background. I am a trader. I'm in blockchain since 2016 because I was trading cryptocurrencies. I've been trading, make ETF trading and some other assets trading since some time ago. So when I found out about crypto and the openness that you have with exchanges, I immediately go there and start working there. So that's how I got into blockchain, and ever since that, I've been working through the crypto space and seeing the developing ever since 16. It's been amazing to see how the thing has been developing, and it has been growing, and the scenarios that is being taken right now. We have the huge right now announcement with the new ERC 6551, which is for NFTs identity. And we also have Luxo coming up, with smart contracts. So it's amazing to see the different paths of the journey that the industry is taking right now. And well, after that, when I 2019 to 2020, I got invited from a cousin of mine to be minting a project, an NFT project, and that was my first interaction with NFTs. I was already heard about them, but I didn't know much about it. So I started to research, and as being a trader, always, do your own research. So I started to research on what an NFT was, how does it work, how can you, engage with them and use them basically. So after understanding a little bit more about NFTs and the projects and what to look for, I decided not to mint this one because it didn't feel so nice. So I just went through, jump into different projects, reading the white papers, the light papers, or whatever they was available from them. And at some point, I just got into one project that it was, I consider my core project. The name is Ethereum Homies, which basically got me into buying the NFT because I saw that they were not the first one, but you can say the first wave of projects that were looking to create a 3D avatar out of your PFP. So I thought about when I saw that, I thought it was very, very interesting, because that was like a sense to me that I saw that how many projects were looking to to just be on the space and to hold themselves in the industry. So they come with this idea of the 3D PFP of your PFP. So when I saw that, I said like, okay, I meant this project. And one of the things that got my attention to is that at some point of the roadmap they have this drip store for all the homies, so you can go there and buy some clothing, you can change it, and you go to Metaverse and Sandbox and Decentraland and other places. So immediately I thought about, this is great. I thought this is like fashion for avatars. This is amazing. So my first intention was to create like the meta closet of the app of the metaverse, and I started to research about that. And very quickly I found out that there was a whole industry of people, making great efforts and making amazing things in the space. So I began to just engaging with them, talk to them. I began to work as many people as I can. I engage in making digital runways in Prague. We made digital events, in Copenhagen. We made in Dubai and Los Angeles. I started to interact with many people that was looking for me, for like networking, because I was helping them into connecting with brands and connecting with people. And I don't know, so at some point you can say like I maybe turn into this kind of digital fashion influencer. So a lot of people was looking for me. So I love to connect with people. I love to to get to know their story and everything. And this is a very interesting way for me to get to know a lot of people and to know their efforts. And as I mentioned, I have been engaging in many amazing projects that have gave me a lot of knowledge about many things, because as I've mentioned, I don't come from a technological background or fashion background, so I've been learning all the way through. So it's been an amazing ride, really. And at some point, I don't know if you guys know, but I also have a Fashion Fridays Twitter space, which was the main thing that got me on the scene, that you can say no, because I was making I thought about some point like it would be great if we have a Twitter space with the major digital fashion brands so we can hear from them in one single place and not be looking for all of them. So I just dropped the message, and at some point in Jebel's Discord, which is a digital jewelry project, a very amazing one. They're still working. And I was lucky enough that Nix, the community manager was before in DressX, she saw the message and she said like, oh, okay, let's do it, let's go. So at that point, we began to make the spaces, and she brought Kelly from Faithful Jude. She's an amazing creator. She's an amazing, she knows everything about the technology, and she's very insightful and very on many things. And after that, I met Stella Ackenbach, which is a huge person in the space too. It's a great community manager too, and it's an amazing developer. And well, from there we met. We got Lauren Kalau also from Entourage, and Mo from Raw DAO, and we got and funded the DFC, which is the Digital Fashion Collective. And from there I began to make Twitter spaces, and it was it was really amazing with Twitter spaces, because we had spaces with over 100 people in digital fashion. So it's amazing to see the volume on people that is getting to the digital fashion, and the community that was built around, because I'm not making the spaces right now every week, but we make them like once a month or once every 2 months. But when we make them, it's like we have over 100 people every time, and everybody's so engaging, so happy to see this space going on, because they feel like family. We know each other. We have been working since 1 year and a half, ups and down and everything, but we're still there, on the Telegram chat, and still they're building. So this is a little bit how I got into DressX, because at some point Nix asked me if I wanted to be on DressX too, because she told me that I will make I had the perfect curriculum for it. She told me. So she sent it out my email, and the guys interviewed me. They liked what I had to offer, and I don't know, I think we connected ever since the first day, and because we have a great relationship. The whole team in DressX is amazing. It's like a very huge family, and we connect and we talk about business, but when we end up talking about that, it's like we just share around, a bunch of stuff, and we laugh, and it's amazing to have this connection with everyone. And well, that was a little bit of me. That's how I got into DressX. Now I'm the Discord manager, working as a community manager too, and well, at this point, it looks like I'm gonna be, still making work for them for a long time. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Havo. And I have to say, I do share that sentiment with you about how it's really cool that the space is developing. There's new technologies coming out every day. And to add to it, it's like you don't really see these efforts unless like you're really looking at the technology and not like the price of the token. And I'm very, very excited to learn more about DressX. Thank you.
Yes, of course, and everything, whatever you want to ask, guys, about DressX, I'm not very into, the technology that we use, but on many other aspects, I can also help you guys to understand what DressX is doing and how DressX is expanding into the community, offering the platform that DressX is, for the marketplace, the AR technology, the app, so everyone can, experience digital fashion in this way. And also, one of the things that I love from DressX is that, ever since that I'm with them, they have always had the community work on every project that they build, and every idea that they push is always have the community around. So it's like we sometimes are kind of bond, to not have the ability maybe to do some things, but we always try to do as much as we can for the community, and that's something that we always love, to make initiatives like the AI challenge that we have monthly, well, bi-monthly AI challenges, in which we give opportunity through Midjourney and other platforms to be generated to the images, and then DressX team turn them into 3D and then AR available, so you can wear them on the app. And also you have a DressX marketplace spot, so you have actually a revenue contract with the company, so you can actually make a buck out of your AR wearables. So this is amazing to see, because I have been, I think this is like the fourth that I'm leading, and it's always amazing to see the effort from the community. How do they engage with Midjourney, how they engage with the team, asking their questions, how can they generate better, more definition, and what will be the basics on what we're looking for, for the collaborations. And it has been amazing to see, the growing on the community in terms of their prompting, their generations, because I remember the first one that we had, and it was like, I don't know how to explain it. It was like Midjourney version 5, I think it was, no, or the one before that. And it was just like amazing to see how from, I don't know, like the first AI challenge, and then we jumped to the next one, and poof, the generations changed a lot. Like people really understood how to use the tool, and they began to making very, very nice generations that brought the whole challenge into a new stage, because it was not the same that we had at the beginning. So right now, like the generation that you see right now for the contest are like way, way, way better, and has very much more fashion structure, and has more elements and a lot of things, details that you didn't see before in the generation. So it's like, it's amazing to see that, and it's very wonderful to have the opportunity to give space for the community, so they can be on the marketplace, and they can engage with DressX, and have their working here with us, and not being a designer, not being a creator, per se on the industry, but just still have the opportunity to engage in this matter. So this is something I really love, and DressX is moving hard into this area to offer more platforms and more tools for everyone. We're adding more crazy stuff to the project, so like, just wait and see, guys.
Just wait and see. Thank you, Javo. And so next up, I would like to introduce a new creative friend in the space. It is an honor to introduce 3D artist, animator, and video creative, Ruta Lee. How are you, Ruta?
I mean, hi everyone. It's my first time being here. I mean, not in the decentralized land. I've been like just playing around because I guess everyone know the CK. So like CK like encouraged me to get into the space. So I had like a little taste of it, and like the dolls are looking amazing. First of all, I have to shout out for that. And a bit of myself, I guess. Right now, I do like prefer call myself as like a multi-dimensional creative storyteller. Before
like
that, I
that.
used to call myself as a storyteller. But basically, what I did was I just love taking photos of my friends, And I used to even take pictures in like a street or even club scene. And then, I get to meet these people and we just come up with this like amazing idea and like, oh my God, we got to do something. And that's how I got like more into the photo work and got more serious. So did some like editorial, and that's how I also met CK. Like I was like working with this like a model and like we should like bring this to the next level. And I was looking for a nail artist and I just found her. And I was like, as soon as like we started talking about it, I was like, oh my God, this is it. Like the energy and her creativity is like so beyond. I feel like, oh my God, I found my like twin sister. Like the sister I've been waiting for my life. Anyway, so that's just something about like how we know each other. And so the photo, that's how I start. And then I also got into like video production. And now as you can see, like I'm into like a 3D design. So it's like been amazing like to work on like a different project. And even like at this time, we did like collaborate with the DressX. Like you heard how amazing the platform is already. He just like talk about it, and I also like really enjoy being in the app. Like the app is like really amazing. I'm like everyone should just get on it, not just for our like NFT work, but like they have this amazing like a technology, the air filter, like you can try on the nails, jewelry, clothes, everything is just there available. And like what I really like about this app is the not only this sustainability, I mean, which is amazing part, but I also find that there's a no limitation on the size or the gender. So it's just like just everything you dream for. It's the same as I see as the metaverse. So like you can be whoever you want, feel free, be who you are, being comfortable. And yeah. And I mean that's basically what I do. I just got into like a bunch of different stuff. But yeah, I'm just like here for exploring for the art, technology, and virtual world.
As I said, it is an honor to be able to introduce you to our beautiful community. Um, and I just absolutely loved a lot of the things you said. I'm probably gonna have to come back and ask you more. And and lastly, I would like to introduce XR creative director and nail artist, our good friend CK Bubbles.
Woot woot. I won't go on and on about who I am because I think a lot of y'all know me, but I'm really here showing off a bunch of amazing people I've collaborated with who've been a part of this journey for the Water of Lilaca nail set that we made in AR, in 3D, IRL, and a Decentraland wearable that many friends in the community own. The NFT is still available until tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, I'm a creative director, a nail artist. I call myself now an XR creator because I'm trying to blend reality in the way that you experience nail art. But I'm here. I've been in Decentraland for, over a year, building nail art experiences. So this is just another part of that process involving evolving myself as an artist and a creator. So happy to be here.
Welcome back, CK.
Was it second, third time?
Well, you've been my guest twice, and you've been my co-host once.
Yeah.
And I do if I'm not mistaken, you were my co-host around exactly a year ago. Like whenever Pride Week was, last year, you were my co-host.
Oh my gosh, that's so special. We gotta do this every year now.
Yes, it's a must. Happy anniversary.
Yes, and happy Pride, everybody.
Happy Pride. So to start tonight's episode, I would like to pass it over to Havo to learn more about DressX. My first question to you is, what is, and it's a two-part question. What is DressX, and how long has DressX been in existence?
Okay, well, DressX is the digital meta closet where you can go and purchase all the wearables and digital garments that you can fit into your avatar, into your PFP, and you can also have the meta looks edited, so you can have professional edition on your IRL pictures. And we also concentrate on offering digital services to brands so they can, digitalize their collections or their drops. They want to make more on the sustainable aspect of not creating a collection per se. They just make them on the digital instance so that you wear it on the runway. And well, basically, DressX, it was founded in 2020. It's been along for 3 years already, but it was already working on Ukraine alongside with Daria, Natalia, Olga, and all the great, amazing things we have in DressX. They were already working on it, and well, I don't know exactly from since when Daria had the idea of creating DressX, but at least like um it been formalized ever since 2020. So it's been 3 years around and has been 3 years of just skyrocketing all the initiative that we have, partnering with as many collaborations, brands that we can, aero brands, digital brands. And right now we're moving into more areas like music. We're moving into more, content creation with more people, and creators, developers. So DressX, right, but yeah, it basically the meta closet of the metaverse, so you can experience digital fashion in a different ways, and always trying to have the sustainability aspect of creating garments just digitally.
Oh, nice, nice. And so you had mentioned earlier that you had been with the DressX team about 6 months now, correct?
Yes, correct. I'm officially part of the team since 6 months now, but I've been working with them since 2021, I believe. No, 2022. Sorry. Like 1 year already making
Mhm.
Fashion Fridays, because Fashion Fridays was an initiative was well, it's still being pushed and being supported from DressX server and DressX team. So I didn't interact directly with everyone, but I interact with Nix. But yes, like something like 1 year already. I've been, with DressX.
That's incredible. And so far, being in the team for about 6 months to a year, what are or who are some incredible creatives that work within DressX? Would you like to shout anyone out?
Wow, I would not really would not to like to say just what names, because there's many people that have collaborated. I know many of the people that is in the platform, many of the designers and creators and brands. I know them directly, but I want to say maybe that Julia Blank. It has been on from the first wave of creators, and she has been always being recognized for because of her great and amazing designs. Actually, my first, you can say my first meta look edition was from her. And I have a collection of, like, I don't want to call it like this, because I don't like to just mention the creators that has right here, but I have like this my number one meta look editions with my wife. So I've been collecting some editions that I have made with designers, and my wife has been the model for it. So I really want to say, like, Julia Blanc, the Blue Lagoon, that dress is one of the most amazing ones that I have the pleasure to collaborate with.
Hmm.
And the pictures that we had, we took the pictures on the Riviera Maya, on the ocean, the manglars. So it's like, oh, it was amazing. Everyone loved it. And well, the Julia Blanc has already some drops on the DressX marketplace, and also Helen Doe. It's an amazing creator, and she's been pushing right now in AI designs, and her AI designs are crazy. And well, I can keep on, Irina Racio and Alexa, and a lot of people that is creating right now on the platform. They're all making a great work really. But I just want to highlight maybe Julia Blanc a little bit more.
Thank you, and I mean it's always good to share some love. I understand that like sometimes communities are big and you can't exactly just speak about everyone, but I'm really happy that you you have you have highlighted Julia Blank, and I'll definitely be checking out her socials and to learn more about
Yeah,
Julia.
definitely. She's not very active right now in social media, because I don't know if you guys have seen, but ever since like this year, many of the creators just like began to concentrate on developing their own brand, and start to making their own portfolio of designs and everything. Because I think that something happened, the last year and right now, that many creators and designers were engaging into creating on-demand wearables from people, from their clients. And what happened at the end is that they ended up with a big portfolio of things that it might not have a sense of who they are, of what they're doing with their ideas, because it doesn't, it was just like an idea for a client, and then another idea for another client, and so they ended up with a huge portfolio of things that doesn't have a sense between them. So when they show these to brands or to someone to show me your portfolio, see what's your work, it doesn't make sense. They cannot find a sense of their creation, so they don't get hired for this. So I saw this like swifting, just swift on the creators, that they just stop doing things for clients, and they just concentrate on their own designs, on their own ideas, on their own vision of how they want to be creating. So I think it's very nice to see this, because it's like step one to be engaging into a real business model, and engaging into your creativity to be the one that leads you the way, not the market. No. So I think it's very nice to see this, and I believe all the creators have been kind of away from social media, because they're just getting around the people that is actually helping them into developing their brands and developing the business idea that they have. So yeah, so I think everyone's a bit off right now from social media, and maybe some from the servers, but they're still there. When I ping them on the server, they always answer me back, and I know they're there because I see them creating, but they're not engaged engaged as they were.
Well, I mean, despite them not engaging as much as they used to, I definitely, from what you were saying, I definitely hear that, that them going off and working for clients and then kind of shifting back to kind of doing what they want to do is like, kind of like, to me, it's an indication of growth. And I
Yes,
love to hear
100%.
that, especially like between like creatives, artists, in the space. Like, we're all growing constantly, and that is.
Yeah, everyone is growing, everyone is improving, everyone is, it's okay to make your effort, and to improve at some point, and see, look, to look back and say, I can change this, and I can go this direction right now. It's great, really, it's great. But what I sense in some parts, is that it's great when you are just trying to make your ideas, but when you're already engaging with some brand that is paying you, or when you're already engaged with someone that is funding you, it's it's like the worst thing that you can do. Just suddenly change everything. Like I have seen people that suddenly they just change the whole idea of their marketplace, and they just change the whole marketplace around, and all the work that was there from the creators from last year, it was lost. Everyone, it was a huge loss for the creators, and everybody was very, very turned down because of it, because nobody expected to happen this. And in some parts, in some point, it's good to have these improvements, and looking for making better on your idea, on your project. But at some point, if you're already engaging with some investment, or you're already engaging with a marketplace where you have a lot of creators there, it's not the best thing to have. So it has been like very rough movements in the market right now for everyone, and everyone has been adjusting to this. But as you mentioned, I think this is it's a good sign of growing for everyone, and it's a very good sign of leading yourself correctly into what the industry will ask for. Because at the end of the day, it's like, if you are here, from my point of view, of course, if you are here to make a business model out of it, like, you better start doing it, because this is the time to doing it. Otherwise, it's like you just stand on the crowd and watch what everybody's doing, because otherwise, the wave's gonna take you out. It's gonna wipe you out. Horrible.
Yep. I mean, it's all about adjusting and adapting. Um, so let's see. I guess I'll put my next three questions towards the end. What are some notable collaborations that DressX has been involved with, in the time that you have been a part of the team?
Well, the ones that I remember, the first one that you're showing right now is the Dundas collaboration. This one was a very great one, because it's also, is connected with a physical garment and a physical brand that had made a physical catwalk, for all, and showcase all their designs. So it's great to see, how they starting to merge the NFTs and the digital aspect with the IRL aspect, because we have this dynamic, during Metaverse Fashion Week, which if you bought the NFT from Dundas and you went to the fashion show, the opening fashion show from Metaverse Fashion Week that was from Dundas, you then get to earn, well, to win, basically, not to earn, to win a free pass to the next Dundas catwalk. They're gonna be, we don't have the location right now, but you have the access. So it was quite nice to see that we make all the dynamic to Decentraland, and people was using on Decentraland, but then you have the same dynamic translated into IRL, because if you have if you have the NFT and you go to the catwalk, right, the runway right there, you can also enter to a contest to win another garment and another prize if you have the garment, if you have the NFT, like proof of NFT during the catwalk. So it's like, it was very nice to see how can you merge the same activity in the two versions, like digital and IRL. That was great to see. And another one, also the designs were amazing, all of them. One of ones were very unique. The green one, the yellow one was like amazing designs. And well, yeah, this one, the green one, was amazing. And well, the other one that I can tell you right now was Hape. It was like a couple weeks back, and it was a very, very nice collaboration too, in which we designed all the 6 wearables, well, 5, and the other one was the chain and the bucket hat.
Is it this one right here that I have?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, this one is the hate community is a very huge community, very strong community, and they start to flex, to show all their, because if you bought the NFT, you can, customize your PFP on the hate fashion index that they create for the holders, in which basically you can dress up your PFP that you have from Hape with all the designs we created for this collaboration. So when you start to see how the community was, using the fashion index and customizing all the PFPs and showing all the DressX wearables, designs that we have there, it's amazing. It's lovely to see how the whole initiative of the whole idea that you had by creating this collection, it turns out to be, as you imagine it, when people is, using the wearables, using, and the fashion index is, it's amazing to see every time, and the collaboration, I love, I'm a kind of organized freak. So I like to have anything very well organized, I don't like things just like sitting there. So the Hape collaboration is, I think it's one of the most that I like right now, because of the comp sheet, the communication sheet, I know it may sound kind of weird, but the communication sheet, it was so beautiful and well organized as the whole collection. And I love to see this, because this is a reflect how professional all the effort that both companies put into the collection. It's not just to the designs and not just to the marketing and the publicity, also from the things that we have inside, from our communication, from the way that we work. So everything is beautifully made. It's perfectly made. It's when you see it, it's like it drives you to wanting to work with, because everything is there, everything is beautiful. So yeah, it's amazing to see this. And another drop that I might remember is like the community drops, the one from the AI challenges that we have, and those were amazing too, because those involve completely the community aspect. You can see one of the Tom figure, you have it right there, the blue one in the middle. Yes, that's the one. Yeah, we have the 3 wearables. So those 3 were generations out of Midjourney. That's the second one, and then you have the third one. It's the black one. So all those 3 designs. No, I think it's just.
Oh, in one video. Okay, cool. Sorry.
Yeah, this is one. Yeah, don't worry, it's okay. So like this was very amazing to see, because this was actually the first AI challenge that we made, and these are like the very first generation that was turning to from Mid Journey to 3Ds and then to AI wearables. So as you can see, every detail from the generation was perfectly translated, and that's something that we take a little bit of pride of, because it's difficult to be doing this work and to have them work as this fine. So it was amazing to see how people engage in it, and they saw the generation taking life and going to the AR. So when you see the creators wearing their designs and sharing them, with all that excitement and happiness, like it's always an amazing thing to see, and I love to see happy people on our server. So it's like, yes, I love it. I think these three collaborations have been the ones that I remember right now, because there have been like many, many others. But yes, I think these ones were like special. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's always, it's always special to see so much community engagement in like kind of what would this be considered, like an event or a competition?
Yeah, competition. We have over 650 submissions for this one.
Oh my
So it's
lord.
like, yeah, it was a bit of a work, to make all the voting, and we have some troubles there with the voting because obviously there was people that it's like influencers making generations, and obviously they have more likes than the persons that do not have this kind of interaction. So like it was a bit difficult, and we've been improving that to make it more fairly for everyone. But it's like everyone's making their own efforts, and promoting the science, promoting the wearables and everything. Is like, yeah, let's go on, man, and do the best that you can do and promote it as you want, as you can, and I love it, really. I love to see how people engage in, how can they invite more people. You see how they post different things. They have like different ways of oh, this is the third one. Yeah, the black one. Like they have different ideas on how to interact with it, because along with it, at the end of the day, we it might sound like you have like this campaign already designed for it, and to have a sold out and everything, but it's not. It's every collection is different, and there's nothing set. So you need to design everything specifically for each collection, and it's always a challenge. It's always a challenge to sit down and talk about it and within the team, and just trying to find the middle point and say like, hey, how can we make this work? How will be the best way? Adding the community, adding the brand, adding the creators, the revenues, and everything. So it's always amazing to be designing each of the collection individually. And you have opened a very good one. This is the Code Couture generation one, and it also had a lot of engagement. I think like a bit more than 200 submissions were for this one.
Wow.
And this is also very creative, to see how many other projects have been imagining how can you create garment out of different ideas, and this is a very good example, because they create a tool where you create fashion out of X and Y's from the X axis on the chart. So I really don't know how that works. I know it works with Blender, and you have that option in Blender and Cloud 3D to make it. So they make this amazing tool out of it, and so people, they can create their fashion, and those designs were created and turned into AR too. So it's like, yeah, I love to see the generations coming from just the mind of the imagination of the creator to the whole process of having it into AR, and it's always amazing to see how everything it began to turn live.
So I know that you had mentioned already one, which was Dundas. But could you speak on any other collaborations with the Decentraland community members that DressX was involved with?
Oh yes, we had the Tommy Hilfiger collaboration, which was for Metaverse Fashion Week 2, and which they created all with AI challenge. They also we have some basics coming from Tommy Hilfiger, and they started to generate on those basics. And the two designs came up. One was from Irina Racio, That's the one that you're popping on right now,
Hmm.
the bubble jacket. It was an amazing run. She's an amazing creator. She has some very, very dope work. And I'm not wonder, why she won. She's amazing for this. And the other one was Alexa, and she also made a great wearable. And these two were like, I think this is like the fastest work that I've seen from DressX, because like seriously guys, we had the voting, and we narrowed it down to the final vote. We had the winners, and we send, we have the from the when we have the winners until we have the wearables, it was like 2 days. 2 days, it was. I think this is the fastest work that I've seen from DressX going on, from DressX designers. And all of this was made during all all the collaborations we already have. It's like we were having like 10 collaboration at the time, and then we have the Tommy Hilfiger by request. So it's like all the team was working really hard on this, and all the wearables came out in 2 days tops. They were available and mintable in Decentraland, so everyone can experience. And I don't know if you guys knew, but it was one of the most minted wearables in Decentraland. So it got up into 10,000 mints or something like that. So
Oh
like
yeah, they mint it out. I remember those in the marketplace. They were kind of I think maybe in the title it was like saying that it was like AI generated puffer jacket, or was it called puffer jacket, something like that.
yeah, it was a puff jacket, and it went like 10,000 mints. The whole collection.
Hmm.
And yeah, so this one was really, really amazing, really. Because and I have to say, it went down super, super fast. It really amazed me how fast it went down. And because normally it took like at least 2 or 3 weeks, to rendering, modeling, and making everything. And this one, it was like 24 48 hours work, with no stop, well, no rest and everything, and it came out beautiful.
Yep, and then of course the mint went by even quicker, because I know that my friends on Decentraland will not pass up some free wearables, especially when they're so well designed.
Yeah, of course, yeah, they'll look insanely nice, for being, I don't want to say like if it's free is not a good work, because obviously you can see that it's a great work. But most of the times, like when you see this, the word is free mint, is like, you think like, okay, it's gonna be like a okay one, but you maybe not expecting this whole detail when you have free mints. But yeah, as I mentioned, this is the kind of thing that we like to do, to offer the best quality every time on all the collaborations, and available for everyone, not just for the people that's going to be buying the NFT ultimately.
Mm-hmm. So I do see Luck Enzo with his hand up in the audience. I'll bring you up after one more question so that you can ask your question to Havo. Um, So how do we get the meta closet? Like what are the steps? Do we have to go to any website, or what is the destination?
Okay, for getting to Meta Closet, you can go into the server where links in the server in DressX Discord, and you can go to links, and then you can go directly to the website, which is the first one you'll find is DressX.com, or you can go to the NFT marketplace. But if you want to buy some wearables right there, and the second thing you need to do is to create a profile on the marketplace, so you can upload with your MetaMask. And after that, you just go and select some of the available collections that you have. This is the website, as you will see. Some of the designs right there are available for Metaverse. I mean, Decentraland, sorry, but not all of them. So you need to go look specifically for the ones that has on the Metaverse appearance. Decentraland wearable, sorry.
Where would it
And the
say?
other,
Like, would it say it in the bio if it's a
yeah,
Decentraland
it
wearable?
must say on the bio.
Okay.
I think Ninja it doesn't have them, for Decentraland, but you can find some other one. I think it will be easier if you go to the NFT marketplace. It will be easier to find the Metaverse, all the ones available for Decentraland. But because on the side is more for Metalux. But you can, yes, that's the one. That's the NFT marketplace. And right there you can find the ones that has the description for Decentraland. Many of the design has the Decentraland wearable, many of them, but not all of them. I think this one has, yes, this one has Decentraland. This is from Rebecca Minkoff. This is a great and amazing collaboration we have live right now, where you can wear the digital version and Decentraland. You can have the AR wearable too, and they have also some part of the collection is going for Win community, which is basically a women community that's been supported from um, women that came out from war situations or war countries that have conflicts right now. So all of part of this maintenance goes for that collaboration too, for that association. And the rest is one, basically Mavian and Rebecca Minkoff. You can see the design from Rebecca Minkoff. She's an amazing designer, fashion designer, has been in the space for, well, industry, not in the space, for many, many years now. And well, you can find all the NFTs right there. And you will see, as mentioned, most of the collections have the Decentraland wearables. And I think we're right now, we're start moving into another platforms, maybe like Sandbox. We also have the Roblox ones. But I think that the ones from the Decentraland are the ones that people most look for, rather than the others.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, only the future will tell. Like, as more metaverse platforms develop and release, there will be more for DressX to do.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
That as more metaverses come out, there will be more places that DressX can apply.
Oh yes, of course. We're always looking for more places where you can have like interoperability with other play or verses that people is creating right now. We have one right now going on. I cannot say the name, but it's an Asian project. They have a huge metaverse, and we're also making wearables from them because we also looking to go deep into the Asian market. We believe we have been a lot of engagement from people from Asia that wants to get DressX on the scene. So this is one of the first efforts we're going to be making for it. And yes, we're looking to have as much operability with much metaverses that we can, because that's ultimately what everyone is looking for. We know that we might gonna be seeing some of that with Luxo and ERC 6551. Right now it's coming out, but I think always trying to build yourself and to have this operability will be the best of, because at the end of it, it's like, that everyone is building on their own terms, and sometimes they build differently from you, and you need to adjust to them, or they need to adjust to you. So like sometimes for me, I think interoperability comes more with the mind of the people that is creating it rather than the technology, because everyone wants to be different from anyone. And so I think this differentiation, like looking for this differentiation from everyone, is what makes you apart, and drives you apart, like miles apart in operability terms.
Exactly. Okay, so Luck Enzo, I did send you an invite to come up to speak. So if whenever you accept that, you'll be up here and we'll get you in asking your question. So let's see. I guess moving forward on my last few questions about DressX. Oh, I noticed earlier that the DressX app or the DressX has an application for your phone, or is it both compatible with Android and Apple devices?
No, right now it's just compatible with Apple devices. We're looking into having a with Android too, but at this point we are not working with that system right now. With just Apple as the one that we're working, for the AR application. Yes.
Alrighty, well, thank you, and yeah, just
And okay, I want to add that Waters of Lilaca drop is an amazing one, because I think it is the first one that I see that is having this subject from nail art. So it's great to see how more interactions are coming in this way, more ideas, because as we see it, AR does not go just for garments. You can use it for many other things, many other applications, like this one we're talking about beauty. This is like a huge market we also looking into. We already have some partnerships on this side, and we're going to be pushing more into this. And there's more and more ideas that you can add AR, more ways that you can enhance your experience with AR in many ways. So it's like, I just want to give a huge applause to CK Bubbles, to taking the opportunity to making this and showing everyone how it's possible and how it can be made. And always very happy to see, the drops coming on with DressX.
Oh, and I mean, that was actually even the next segment that we were going to go into right after.
So I went a little bit fast.
Oh, no, no, no worries, no worries. That was the perfect transition. Um, because I mean, CK has been doing some amazing nail art in the space, and it's amazing to see how far they have come from like starting from the IRL application of having like these amazing nails that no one can get their eyes off of. I was in Miami with them back in November, and everywhere we went, they were asked, "Hey, let me see your nails."
Yes, I can imagine. It's very fun to see it. I also wanted to wear them to see how they work, how do they fit. And then, as I mentioned, it's amazing to see these new ways of using AR in beauty, because I have seen a lot of developments in this area. So yes, I can see everyone wearing them and say like, yeah, well, look at this, the detail and everything. It's amazing. Thank you, CK.
So passing it over to Ruda and CK, what is Water of Lilaca?
I guess I'll go ahead and jump in here first because this project started from the IRL nail set, which thank you guys so much for saying so many kind things about my nail art, because coming into Decentraland doing just IRL nail art, I'd never touched anything digital when it came to nails, other than maybe like drawing on my iPad a concept, but then it would become like the reality. And so when I came in this space, I kind of had no intentions of doing nail art here because I didn't think people would be into it.
Oh,
And
you're
then,
wrong.
well, clearly. But yeah, I got the Face Fashion House grant that I got to work with Mitchie Todd to make the bubble top, which came with nails. And then right around the same time, Mana Daiquiri and I decided to collab and we made some nail art. And so that started the process of me always beginning from a real life set. And that, like, once I know what the nails look like in person, then I can understand how they're going to look in 3D or any digital format. But with Waters of Lilaca, I kind of built some mood boards, put together some kind of visual styling references based on like crystals and butterflies and a lot of lavenders and yeah, just trying to bring together this sort of ethereal vibe that was very fairy, very fantasy. And it started to bring about this idea of like alien worlds and what are the creatures that are there. So as I found the nail art supplies and the color schemes and everything that kind of fit together, I just started building the nail set. And as I was building it, like I didn't draw at first. I just kind of like dove straight into the actual making. And I kept thinking about how this is going to look in 3D and how we can kind of break the reality of it because we can do whatever we want with physics in 3D pretty much. So I was thinking about how can I make this look like it's already doing that. So I took a lot of things like crystal chains and then built them up in a way that they like swirl up and have like defying gravity in a way that you wouldn't normally see. And I really just wanted to like plus that up as much as possible. But also I tried to be considerate of the 3D because I knew that Ruda, who I invited to come collaborate with me because she's so talented at 3D, and many things like video and photography, and I've loved all the collabs we've done. But I wanted it to be easier because we were on a limited timeline. Basically, this came right after Fashion Week, and we had just a couple weeks to build, and Ruda had been traveling, so we had a really kind of condensed timeline, and it was going to be kind of about a 2-week sprint in order to go from the IRL set to the 3D, then to AR, then to Decentraland wearable. And so I wanted to simplify it in a way that made sense. So I made it only like 10 products, like 10 little objects. So like half beads and butterflies and crystal chains and hearts and like certain stones. And so I kind of kept it around 10 or so objects so that they could be repeated in 3D very easily. So that you're only doing the one object, once, and then you're just copy paste and placing it. And that way it would also be easier for the Decentraland wearable too, because you really have to low poly that because you typically do nails in an earring slot. So it's like 500 triangles. Unless you hide other slots, then you can add more triangles based on those slots you hide, which we had to do because we really wanted it to be detailed, textured, and intricate. So yeah, did that answer your question? Sorry, I felt like I rambled a little.
Oh yes, most definitely did. I do see that Enzo came up on stage. We will pass the mic over to you as soon as we begin to wrap up the Waters of Lilaca
Hello.
segment. So good to hear from you. Thank you for being here.
Good morning.
So, what is the story behind the name CK, or Ruda, if you can answer?
Well, I knew like Ruda and I's style was very similar. As Ruda said, we're very much kind of like sister twins in the way we are creative. We love fantasy, and she always does these really like environmental 3D within her video work that takes you to another place. And so I know when I started to see the nail art come to life based on the mood boards, I wanted to like make that shine for, because Rudo's just so good at that. And so the lore of Lilaca kind of was created, and that idea was basically like, what is summer and on an alien world, and how do you represent that? And obviously the first things you think of when you think of summer is sunshine, maybe water. And so those were big inspirations, but I wanted to kind of spin it a bit. And so Lilaca is an underwater planet, like the whole planet is water. And everything that we're sort of used to above ground on Earth, butterflies, plants, things like that, that usually grow in soil, are actually like underwater in this very ethereal lavender color scheme world. And deep below the depths of the water are these tanks that hold the nail art. And so you can reach into the waters and, you'll pull out your hand and you'll have the nail set on. So that's kind of the vibe of Lilaca. But when we were kind of coming up with the idea of it and what the video might look like, I mean, Ruda brought this world to life in a way that I, am so excited about. So Ruda, if you want to talk about that and how you sort of took that idea and made it what it is.
Yeah, I'm very curious to learn of like the process when collaborating with someone. How do you take the words or the feel of the creation and bring it to life via animation and video?
So I mean, this one, like CK did a really amazing nail design, and as soon as I saw the nails out, I mean, I only saw it in a picture, but then I was like, oh my god, this is it. This is so amazing. Even like a mood board, I was like going down. She even put like this purple word in the background in the presentation deck, so I was like, damn, she really got everything. Okay, so like it was so easy for me to just like transferring into like different work because I just saw where she was coming from, and she had this amazing like narrative of the word and the story she want to put it. And I was like immediately just like, okay, this is gonna be like some underground cave. We're gonna have some water drops down, but like energy generating from the sources of the water and the underwater. The whole thing, it just like happened so quick, and I was like, this is it. Let's maybe add some like an incubator, like a nail is like baking from the nature. It's just like underwater. So that's basically it. And like all the color and those stuff, like I all got inspire her the nail art. So
I just have to say, from the videos that I've seen, like this one right here on screen, and also like from the files I've been. Oh, this is CK. Hi,
Yes,
CK.
her.
Hi, CK. Wait, where was the other video? Was there another video? Or okay, maybe it was this one. um, but like I just have to say, incredible collaboration. You can definitely see that there was a mutual understanding on the concept, and it got, you two blew it out of the water, bringing it to life. So I guess I'll ask Ruda. Ruda, how did you meet your creative twin, CK Bubbles?
Oh my God. Okay, where we start? I mean, like I say, like yeah, I used to do, I mean, take a lot of picture and try to push it to get some like editorial, but also I just love the idea of having new people in each project and just finding someone new is like another fascinating thing. Like I just get inspired from like a lot of people surrounding around me and just like life in general. And I think it was like beginning of the pandemic. So like that was also another thing I got into like a whole NFT and the 3D. Even the video, I think all started to happen during that time. Just like, everyone, how everyone got into some new stuff during that time because we were just stuck at home and looking for something new. And NFT at the time, I mean, still is great. It's just a market like uh it's not as great as before, but I still see this as just a chance, just amazing like place to do like adventure around. And I mean, we didn't met because of the NFT project that I did. It's like another project, but like CK, I mean, that's just how I got into her because there was another project. I do a lot of different projects at the same time. Uh, and I just, yeah, I don't know how to explain it happened. I think it's just meant to be. It's have to be a destination because, like, I was just on Instagram and just browsing, like, when it's just amazing layer artist for this like project, and like, I don't know, she just like pop up on my Instagram, and I was like, she's the one. I have to contact her.
Oh my God, I love that. I love that. I mean, there are I can definitely speak to like there have like it's funny how this space does it. Like a lot of
Hello
things
guys.
just seem like they are meant to be. Like they just happen and you don't know why they happen, but they happen. And
Exactly.
and that just pushes your creative journey forward into the next level, and you never know what comes of it.
Yeah, that's the magic of it, the life.
Mm-hmm. So what can you tell us? This is a question for either CK or Ruda. What can you tell us about the Water of Lilaca roadmap?
Yeah, so first of all, meeting Ruda, having that connection, where Ruda reached out on Instagram and we did a fashion editorial shoot together. First of all, I had started learning nail art during the pandemic. I mean, I'd been concepting it for years for my own hands, like drawing it, taking it to my artist, and she'd do it. Or I'd get supplies and bring them to her, and she'd be so down to collab on all that stuff. Um, and so when the pandemic hit and the salons closed, I kind of had to learn how to take off the very intricate set I had on. And then I didn't like my naked nails. So then I started learning how to do it just for myself. And I started, posting it on Instagram because before my friends were like, we
Hello
want to,
guys. Can you
we
hear
want
me?
to, yes, we can hear you.
Good morning.
Good morning. We'll pass it over to you after this segment. I'm sorry, we kind of shifted on to this next segment, and then you came up like when we started. But we will pass it back to you, and that way you could possibly ask questions to Forhavo and to CK and Ruda.
Okay, no problem.
All right, CK, back to you.
Yeah. So, trying to remember where I was now. I was really early into my journey basically. And so when Ruta reached out, I was like, wow, I can't believe, first of all, people are even following me and me doing this. And second of all, someone's reaching out to me to do something with. And, I had never been reached out to with or by another creator to like do a project, especially like a photo shoot. I always had my friends I did that stuff with that I met from jobs or whatever else, but I kind of knew them in person first. So this was like taking a chance on somebody who, when they followed me, I definitely followed back because I appreciated her work so much. It's so good. And so, yeah, I just kind of knew that we should collaborate. And it was a beautiful shoot and collaboration and editorial. And it just spawned a bunch of other shoots and collaborations from there. And now we do a lot of stuff in drag and we have some more work coming out. And then we actually shot an NFT together, which hasn't come out yet. And so, yeah, when this project collab came about, I was like, I need to involve Ruta here. I need to get her more into Decentraland. I need to just bring her more into this world because we are such creative twins. And I knew she would really enjoy the playground that I've had creatively to be able to build and create in this space with everybody. So, your original question, though, was what again?
It was what can you tell us about the roadmap?
Yes. So, in addition to when you buy the NFT, that's on DressX, in addition to the AR nail set that you get, and you get to wear an AR, you also get a Decentraland wearable that's a very intricate set. If you see Ruta or myself in the space, you'll see us wearing it, or maybe some other members that have already gotten the NFT. And then I came out with this roadmap. So basically, I want to drop something once a month for the next 4 months, just as like an additional like thank you. This is sort of I've dropped wearables, which are NFTs, but I don't really like their use case in Decentraland in the marketplace. They feel a little different than the concept of I created something that has like video, photo, AR. Like it feels like a proper NFT, even though I'm not trying to discredit wearables in any way. I don't know if that makes sense, but it feels like more of a drop. And so I wanted to give it some love as this first kind of use case, especially being the first nail art on the platform. And I want to kind of celebrate the people who are into it. So like I said, once a month for the next 4 months. So June, July, August, September, I'm going to drop something. For June, it's going to be a Hollow Pride nail set. Hollow meaning like holographic, very on trend, very shiny. This wearable I am finalizing today and will be publishing. And so that will get dropped to current holders and then any future holders that pick up the NFT in the next 24 hours, because that's how long the mint has left, or a little under 24 hours now.
20 hours.
Yes, 20 hours. We will be getting some additional quantities that we will drop in limited edition drops over time. So you can still get them on secondary, but you'll have to wait for those drops. So I recommend you get them before it ends in 20 hours. But yes, so you'll get the Hollow Pride nail set. It works with another creator's wearable in the space. We kind of, on a whim in a DM, decided, hey, let's do something that works together. So that'll be dropped during this Pride week. And then in July, let me go back to my roadmap. I actually was looking at your screen. I'm going to do something special for my birthday. I haven't announced what it is yet, but I already have some really good ideas. So that's going to be really celebration themed. And then in August, I want to do something fall themed, not necessarily fall like leaves and typical autumn. I want to do like fall fashion trends. So some of those seasons have already been dropped by different designers, especially the likes of like Prada. We're seeing a lot of blacks, a lot of reds, very kind of bondagey in a way. So maybe something around that theme. And then in September, I want to create my very first VRM. So it's interoperable and you can use it outside of Decentraland. Maybe I'll make a skin twin that goes with it so that it can be worn in Decentraland as well. But I just want to keep pushing myself and my capabilities and my skills. And also this beautiful nail art collab that Ruta and I got to work on together.
Okay, so by picking up the NFT, which is available for the next 24 hours, you will get pretty much 4 items for the price of 1?
5 if you include the DCL wearable that already comes with the NFT. Okay. Yeah, so 4 here. 4 on the roadmap.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get, in addition to that, that comes with the NFT to begin with, is the AR in the DressX app. That's the NFT. And then you get the intricate nail art that is a Decentraland wearable.
Wow, CK, you for your birthday, usually, one receives gifts, but this year you are giving gifts to your holders for your birthday. That is beautiful.
Thank you. I mean, I like to create in these worlds and these spaces. DressX has been this amazing opportunity for me to create and expand. I did my first AR filter for Fashion Week, and I did that on Meta Spark for Instagram. And so getting to work with DressX allowed me to use Lens Studio, which, you've been playing around with yourself. And really play around with tracking and getting the art on the actual hands as opposed to putting in fake hands. So I just love to be able to push my creativity, and the more you guys are into it, the more I'm going to want to drop things. So if you're interested, let me know.
Thank you, CK. So I guess now I'll open it up to Luck Enzo. Did you have any questions for Havo and CK or Ruda?
Okay, I really don't have much questions. Although she has answered one when she said about what inspired her. So I'm actually new on this NFT thing. I'm getting to understand little by little. But I must confess that you people have a great job.
Well,
Hello?
thank you for coming up and introducing yourself. But yeah, and welcome to the space. All I can say for all the newcomers is always be a student of the space, always be open to learning and helping others and spreading positivity. And yeah.
I guess I do. That's why most times I spend much time trying to understand and learn and all that. So that's why I'm here.
Well, enjoy the show. I will bring you back down to the audience, and yeah.
Hold on. Before you go, the NFT she's talking about, how much is it, and how can I get that?
Okay, so it is through the DressX marketplace. I have dropped it in the little the chat right here in the BTN interview stage where we have all been typing. And it is 0.00 or 0.02 WETH, WETH, or WETH, which is Ethereum on the Polygon network.
Okay, I'll check it out.
For sure. Thank you so much.
Just don't forget to have some ETH on your wallet before going there so you can pay gas.
I know about that. I've been a little while on crypto, but I don't know much about NFT.
Well, welcome. And this is a good Discord to be in. We're usually very active talking about the Decentraland stuff and always creating. So if you ever see any of us hanging out in any voice chats, just feel free to join in and join in the conversation, ask some questions, whatever it may be.
That's cool.
Thank you.
All right,
thank you very much.
Alrighty. Okay, so to finish up this segment, my last question will be: Will there be more to come from CK Bubbles and Ruda Lee?
Ruda, do you want to talk about that?
Sure. I mean, this was just amazing opportunity for me because I didn't thought about getting into AR, and then literally she just brought me in here, and I've been just blasting with the opportunity. Even it being here talking about it and you interviewing us, I think it's just amazing. And NFT wise, she also mentioned about it before, we did work on an NFT fashion editorial kind of thing last year, and my life just has been up and down. So but I'm getting back on it and like trying to get that out by like July is my goal, but then me looking at the calendar right now, it could be August. I don't want to make any promise that I'm not gonna be able to. Yeah. So that's something like I'm like so excited. I mean, the whole storyline kind of like a change because the more I get into it, like during the even the editing process and this review or also, overall, you just learn more stuff and be able to do more some crazy thing in this like unlimited world. Like you build whatever you want in this 3D world. So I've been just like adventuring around and to see how make things even more crazy there. I mean, crazier than already it is. So that would be next thing. And then like I just saw her roadmap for the next few months, and that's like so amazing. And maybe like if she need any help from me, like I'll be there.
Oh my god, I love that. Well, I may need some help because in addition to the roadmap, I am building for Mesh Art Fair, which is coming up in July. And basically, what we're doing is we're taking the video that you showed earlier from the NFT collection, and we're bringing it to life in a cube. So the Mesh Art Fair is basically a handful of artists have been given this white cube. It's a 1x1 parcel size cube. It's a little bit smaller than the 1x1 16 meters by 16 meters. But so we get this cube, it's basically blank canvas, and then we get to do whatever we want within it. So I'm taking this video and I'm deconstructing it and rebuilding it in a 3D environment you can step into. So might need some help with that at some point, Ruda, but so far so
course.
good.
Yeah, I mean, you show me how it's going, and like you bring those numbers down pretty good. I was very impressed by that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably do an SDK, so I'll be able to get around the try count, but I want to try and bring it down as low as I can so there's not performance issues in the space.
So exciting things to come. There's going to be more from CK Bubbles and Ruda.
Always.
Yes.
So the next segment was going to be all about Ruda, basically. But before I do, transition into that, I do have one last question for Havo of DressX. If any creators out there listening to this or watching would like have any amazing ideas for a DressX collaboration, where would be the best place to go, or who would be the best person to talk to about kind of like pitching the idea?
Okay, well, I think the best place for you or for everyone, sorry, to jump into ask questions about a collaboration or a collection you want to create, it will be the Discord server. And you can ask me directly there, so I can put you in contact with all the team, the collaboration teams that there is the ones that I'll be making looking into that. But yes, I think I think Twitter can be also a good point where you can send some messages, some DMs. But I think directly on the server, so I can make the ticket out of it, so I can bring all the documentation that you have or any questions, and I bring them directly to the team. I send them like daily things, from collaborations we have, so we have so we can have a fast reply to all of them. So yes, I think if you can go to the server and ask directly there, or open a ticket there and ask all your questions or have your doubt for any collections you wanna create with DressX.
Thank you. So you heard it here, everyone. Hit him up on Twitter or join the Discord. Ask some questions. You could always connect directly with Havo, and he will keep you up to date and even help you out with collaborating with DressX. Thank you, Havo.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, all of you. Thank you for having me.
On to the next segment. Ruda, how long have you been in the Web3 space?
Web3, I'd say not much. Like, this is literally the only one place I'm existing. I tried it, what's the other one? Roblox. I was there for because there was throwing some like a K-pop artist like a new album party, and that was something. But then I didn't really get into it. It's kind of like it was too much for me at the time. And then I mean, yeah, Decentraland, like I love it. It's just because like I also like love all these wearables. Like, I'm like, I think this might be maybe third time me just being here. And then every time when I get in, I'm like, I need something cool. Like, where is the marketplace? Let me see. Maybe I need some new eye. And looking at all this like amazing stuff, I'm like, oh my God, I want it. I want it. I need more money. Where's my mana? Where is it still pending?
Oh my God. Okay, so you're already sharing the same exact sentiments that everyone in this space has. Like, we're, probably as we were talking about DressX and Waters of Lilaca. I'm betting there was at least a few of our friends like transferring funds, trying to get ready to make this purchase. They only have 20 hours.
I know.
And honestly, I do see a lot of potential for you within the space. Being a 3D artist, animator, video creative, which kind of brings me to the next question. How long have you been making 3D art and animating?
Yeah, 3D, really not much. Like I said before, like it literally was the pandemic when it all started to happen, because I was just home all day, and then I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like, and then I just got into like this 3D. I mean, the reason why I got into 3D was because of the NFT, because I know there's other like a photographer, like the artists sell their just 2D image, or like, I mean, it's still amazing, but then I just want to add something more in it. That's why I got into animation and the 3D. And another reason why 3D was so fascinating to me was you can build your own world. And as like independent artists, like I'm not like signed for anyone, or like it's not like they're gonna get me and then have a huge budget for me to build whole this set, which just even in this video, like I'm not gonna be able to build this in a real life. It's gonna cost at least like a couple $100,000, and
Yeah.
no one is like, yeah. So I think just being as like an NFT artist, like it's just amazing because you can be your own client and your own agent. Like the hustle is that like you kind of have to present everything for yourself, but I think that's still like a part of the journey. It's just so fun to me. So that's it. Like 3D, I mean Blender also, it's just like such an amazing tool, and they have an amazing community, just like the Decentraland and the DressX. Like you guys all have like this amazing Discord and then Twitter space. People get connect to each other, throwing questions, and then you just lead them into your own world. And then Blender also does the same thing. Like the community is like so strong, and also it's like it's the first software. So like, oh my God, I cannot ask more for that. And then so many tutorials on YouTube. So it was definitely hard in the beginning. Like I'm sure if anyone got into Blender, they went through this donut tutorial, add some sparkles. Yeah, all those they've been there, I'm for sure. So,
Did you do
like,
the
but
donut?
Oh my God, of course. But for me was I never get to finish it. I mean, Garu, he's an amazing YouTuber, but then I was like, I'm not into making donuts.
What could you say was the best resource on YouTube for you to learn?
I mean, I always just like search for what I was looking for exactly. Like, oh, how can I make mystery forest like fantasy world? And you're never gonna get exactly what you're looking for, but there's like a lot of tutorial like you can get around it. And I think it's very important for you as an artist. Like you have to be creative. Like you can just follow all the steps is available out there, but then like you have to add some like a little sparkle of your own. I think that's just the key. Like everything I did in this NFT is like same thing. Like even the tree, the cherry blossom, like you can find this, and this forest also same, like fireflies, birds dropping, all this physics, like it's all available in the YouTube. But then you just have to like add on your idea in it. That's what makes things different, I say.
I mean, just blows me away to learn that
Yeah.
you've been doing this for about 3 years now, since 2020, and right now on my screen I have pulled up a your Instagram, and it's
Oh yeah, I
the
see.
picture of the butterfly, so detailed, and I mean it's beautiful. A-
Thank you.
And I guess I must ask, who is your model here for these
Oh,
videos?
you. Oh my God, Yuhi. She's also like one of my really good friend. Also, we met on the Instagram. I think it might be my way to how I get connect with people. So it's not Web3, but it's a virtual world. But I
Oh.
get to see people, and that's how I just get into like really close them. Same as CK. Yulia also, she's an amazing dancer. But she also do the like modeling, and I mean, she was the one who actually asked me about like doing some collab during this time, and we were like, oh yeah, let's do it. Why not? And that's how it all start. Just same as like this collaboration. Like CK give me the idea, and I was like, yeah, why not? I'm always like, yes.
That is awesome. What are your thoughts about the Decentraland so far? Do you see any potential in you building an experience within?
Oh my God, of course. Like even I was like uh, go back to like a marketplace again. I mean, also we already dropped this amazing like PCL wearable. The nail, it also comes with like this face butterfly and some nose rings. Like it's all fun. And then me going through this market, I'm like, oh my God, maybe I can just make something. And then even the land is such a amazing. Every time when I come by and then just jumping around is like it's very interesting. Like I think there's a huge potential and maybe like I can start dropping something here secretly or not.
I mean, I can't wait to see the creations, to see how you kind of integrate into the space, start creating. You never know. Like this Discord is a very good Discord because there's a lot of people that are always actively working within voice chats and stuff like that. So as I mentioned to Enzo, like always feel free to jump in to like voice chats and chat a little bit. I'm sure you'll see CK there as well, working
Yeah,
on something.
definitely.
Well, this has been an awesome conversation today. I really appreciate that everyone that came into the space today. I think we lost Havo. I was gonna oh well. Let's see.
Yeah, Hava had to jump. Sorry, he
Hmm.
said he had to do daddy work.
Hey, no worries.
uh,
Family first, family first. um let's see, just looking and seeing if there's any questions that I missed or not. And I think all my questions are all done for the evening. I guess I'll ask you, Ruda, do you have any questions for me? The Uno reverse
oh
card
my
is out.
God. Of you, I mean, I just met you today. What should I ask? I have so many questions, or else, or so like I don't know you much. I
Uh,
mean, I guess I could say like, what bring you to this world?
what
And like even having like yeah like throwing this interview like this, doing all this event, like gathering people, making a whole community in this world, I think like it probably a large job. And I wonder like when you get that idea and how you actually start doing it. And like having an idea is just one thing I say, but then you actually putting your time and work out here, I think it's just amazing. And what's your motivation and what made you keep going?
I guess to like kind of like what gave me the idea, I really
Hmm.
can't speak on that one too well because I feel like my journey in Decentraland kind of has evolved naturally as I progressed through doing things. What brought
Hmm.
me to Decentraland actually was back in 2021, the first Metaverse Music Festival
Oh wow.
was here, and I don't know if you see my character in Decentraland, but he's wearing the Deadmau helmet. Um, I bought
Oh.
I bought that at that festival because I'm just a big fan of Deadmau5's music. and I had to come in, I had to get it, and and so then from there, what really kept me here was the people. I noticed very quickly that people were willing to help, by just like, for example, like I would be hanging out at Wonder Mines and people would just be there chatting and answering questions, and yeah, just hanging out. So through there, kind of meeting these individuals, learning about them, seeing how amazing they are, motivates me to continue in this space, innovating, hosting these shows, whatever it may be, whatever I might get into.
That's amazing. Yes.
but but yeah, for me it has kind of just been I know we haven't cursed all episode, but I'm going to do it. It has been one big fafo, one big fuck around and find out.
Mm-hmm.
And so then, like, kind of like what motivates me to keep going, just everyone here. All my friends that come to the Dollhouse every Monday, to support, and to learn more about another creator within the space. I always like to say it's about the people. It's not about, or for me, it hasn't never been about putting myself on the pedestal, but putting others on the pedestal and allowing them the time to speak, giving them the platform for them to express themselves and share their thoughts. And
It's amazing. Yeah.
I think I may have answered all the questions, or did I miss one?
Yeah, I think you did, and I love your answers.
Oh, actually, now I remember the extra question that I had written down earlier.
Oh,
Earlier you had mentioned that you consider yourself a multi-dimensional storyteller. Could you
yes.
give us a definition of what a multi-dimensional storyteller is to you?
Well, it's just because like multidimensional, I mean, before I just call myself a storyteller, then it just expand because now I have the ability to be in, Web3. I'm here now. And then I also have this NFT and the 3D world, and then putting the image to motion. So that's why I just kind of like expand my ability. And I was like, okay, what's the word I can use for this? Like, I don't think I'm just a storyteller anymore. And I just started calling myself maybe multi-dimensional. That sounds, yeah, good to me.
I mean, you're transcending different planes here from like the physical world into digital world and even augmented reality. So the name does, like, it fits very perfectly.
Thank you.
And that is all on my questions. CK, do you have any questions for me?
Oh gosh, yes. I would like you to talk a little bit about your own AR journey as you've been jumping into Lens Studio and exploring this fascinating art form that I think more people who have so many skills for it. If you can 3D model, if you can code, you can make AR so easily.
Yep.
Yes, I want to hear from you about that.
To those final comments that you just mentioned, yes, I want to kind of echo those. Like, if you are a 3D artist, if you know Blender, if you know animation, you have such a leg up, like, compared to the next person. And I'm sorry to cut my thought, but I just noticed that Love Louie just came in. I'm gonna have to show Love Louie some love. um, but uh but yeah, so far through kind of my journey within AR, it's probably, you've like heard some thumps in our voice chats of me just bashing my head against my keyboard because I can't figure something out. Like, it's actually been very it, it's been very good for me because I'm actually getting into like something new, something creative that is like beyond what I have been doing here this entire time. Like, so it is definitely a new world. And a tip that I would give everyone is use some templates whenever you get started on Lens Studio. Lens Studio is how you make AR filters for Instagram, or I mean not Instagram, for Snapchat. Use some templates at first. Don't be like me. Don't try to develop the templates, or else you'll have a hard time. But once I learned like a little bit more about the templates, I started being able to apply my Mew bubble more, which was kind of what I was trying to do, like kind of like rigging the Mew bubble to your face so that it's just chilling right next to it. And I guess the next step for me will be ways to like reactions and like way like either like a facial making like opening your mouth or something, maybe a meal will come out, or like some reactions. That would be my next step.
Yeah, adding interactivity to it is always fun and definitely gets more people engaged. And like you were saying with Lens Studio, using the templates is the way to go when you're working in Metaspark as well. And then, those are app dependent AR building platforms. So obviously Metaspark is going to be for Instagram and Facebook. Lens Studio is going to be for Snapchat. And then there's Adobe Aero we just learned about the other day from Yolantis.
Mm-hmm.
And Yolantis was on the Metaverse 3 last week talking about their AR project that they're coming out with. And so I want to start to explore that one as well. And then there's Niantic Eighth Wall, which allows you to do AR experiences that are not dependent on downloading an app. So they're more browser based, which you can view on mobile or you can view on desktop as well. But yeah, I mean, I'm so fascinated with this world, and I'm so thankful to have just like started dipping my toes in. And I definitely think more people should jump in and ask us any questions. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I've loved this journey with you, Sin, like going into CBD and working on it and talking about it and watching. Like, I can't wait to figure out whatever I'm gonna do next in AR because it's
Yeah.
not as hard as you think.
Yeah, most definitely. And I'm over here in Yolantis in her Twitter, and here's a picture of her wearing the nails, looking good.
Yep,
I love the
looks
addition of the heart and the butterflies to the face.
Yeah, that's actually it's really fun because I knew we were gonna do a face mesh when we were doing the AR, but like we hadn't finalized the AR yet. And I had started the Decentraland wearable because I was like, well, we kind of need to work in two parallel paths on some of this work because we didn't have a long time to finish it. And I started to actually build the face mesh more so in the Decentraland wearable. And so I put the butterflies on the DCL wearable, the nose piercings like the bridge, and then the heart earrings. And then I had shown Ruta that, and I was like, okay, when we make the face mesh, we need to make it look just like this. And we already knew that we were going to have the butterflies on the cheeks. I did that first in AR. But then Ruta added the heart in the third eye, and then added the glitter that's in the filter that goes over your face, so it actually like kind of glints and glitters when you're using it in video. And yeah, I mean, Ruta just
Oh, I
so
see.
talented and amazing, and always gets the idea and like just blows it up in a
Mhm.
way that like I couldn't have even imagined. And those are my favorite type of creative people to work with. So Britta and I always work on projects together. Same for you, as you said to me. It's always a yes whenever you ask me.
Oh man, I'm so bullish on CK bubbles at this point that I'm almost tempted to say when Mew set on Decentraland.
Oh well, let's definitely talk after this because I am so down.
uh and here I'm scrolling through Yolantis's Twitter because this is what blew me away about Adobe Aero, the way that she applied Adobe Aero. Here, I'll make it bigger on the screen. Kind of this took a painting that she made and made it AR. Like this looks amazing. Like there's like two, three, like four layers to this.
Yeah, and it looks like it's just using a marker, which is the thing that's in her hand to
Mhm.
track it, and then the AR comes to life out of it. Uh, you can only imagine what you can do. I think at one point we were on some spaces somewhere talking about AR, and people were asking questions about how do we do this, how do we connect this with Decentraland? And I was like, well, you can easily put a marker on your land, a QR or whatever you want it to be, that you can scan with your phone at your screen, and then that parcel can come to life like in your hand or wherever you want. And and if you are really good at coding and the experiential part of it, you could maybe even gamify that or put an avatar in that and walk around that space in another reality. And it's just another way to be creative. So I really hope people get inspired and start to play.
CK, I like, as you were mentioning all this, I just thought about like one of us, whoever it may be, like taking the Genesis City map, the website with the overview of Genesis City and Decentraland, and turning that into an AR filter that kind of pops up a little bit.
That would be so awesome.
That would be the coolest ever. Maybe one day we'll have the know-how, the technology. Probably already have the technology, actually.
I definitely think the technology exists. It's the education and the skill set that probably need to evolve to that level, because I don't think I can do that right now. Also, I see Havo came back. I just invited you back up, Havo, so hopefully you can accept that.
Yeah. Would love to, get some final thoughts from you before we close out. I have kept everyone here for the last 2 hours. Here, let's invite Havo up. And if not, it's okay. There he is.
Hey, hello guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Oh, thank you very much. I was watching just the one you're broadcasting right now, transmitting. It looks great. You made this, CK?
No, this was sorry, Sin, you go ahead.
No, you can go. Sorry.
This is another community member in Decentraland whose name is Yolantis. So you'll see the Twitter posting there, yolantis.eth. So I believe this was a part of sort of I don't know if this is there was one that had to do with some like environmental issues like that they were trying to bring about. This may have been like the first time they played with AR, but I know that they are releasing another AR piece that they spoke about the other week. Yeah.
Oh, looks amazing. I think I know Jolantis. I know a Jolantis in my server. Maybe so. I think it would be the same one. It's from our Genesis holders too.
Yep. Yeah, I know she's been buying some DressX NFTs. I've seen her in there.
Oh, that's great. That's great to know. It's great, And what's the application for this? What she's aiming for it?
It's Adobe Aero. So Adobe came out with their own AR software, and it's free. So if you have Creative Cloud on your computer, you just go in, search Adobe Aero. It's a free program that you can download and start playing around. I haven't used it yet, but we explored it, Sin and I, one night when we were hanging out in CBD. We were like, oh, let's look at this, because Yolantis was talking about it, and it looks like an Adobe program if you know Photoshop or InDesign or Illustrator. It feels very similar in the UI. And there's also a mobile component where you can move objects around in the space and kind of do some very rudimentary things, and then you can save that and then go work on it on your desktop as well. So it seems cool to explore, but I don't know how deep it goes in the interactions that are available.
Looks like a very... Oh, this one might be the one that we just spoke about. Well,
yes, that looks like it. She mentioned something it had to do with oceans and trash in the ocean and wanting to sort of visualize that in an AR filter. So yeah, it looks like it might be that.
The future is AR.
Yes, the future is AR. This is so crazy to see. How many things are evolving so fast. If you just take the last year standpoint that we had in terms of technology, when we didn't have even Midjourney to generate anything, it's like you take it from now. It's not even past like 1 year, and things have changed so much in the space. So it's like it's amazing. It's so crazy and scary to see it. How fast things are evolving, how technology is
taking over some very big steps on terms of production and some designs and visualizing ideas and everything. So it's crazy to see this.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I almost feel like AI has a big part to play in this, and the increase of speed of like development for like different creative applications. We live in a beautiful time. So on that note, we have reached our 2 hour mark. Would like to get some final thoughts. I will start with Havo. Do you have any final words to for everyone here at Dollhouse and listening on Twitch?
Okay, first of all, I want to ask TK if we're gonna be seeing some more areas in terms of beauty from you taking on, an AR and virtual reality experiences, other than nails. Maybe we can think about that at this point or not.
Oh my. I hadn't fully considered that because I guess like I've just dabbled into AR, mostly been building in kind of metaverse space, and because Doki is like the master of makeup and face and hair, I've been, relegating myself to more like clothing and nails in the more fashion space, but I did do a little bit of the mask in this collab, and it's been fun to like, oh wow, that's like really easy to do and fun to play with. So maybe I think too, as I develop my 3D skills, because I'm just getting into Blender and learning how to do things and start from scratch and build wearables. So I need to start plussing up my low poly skills into more high fidelity 3D. And then I think once I kind of get there, I can start to like push out more beauty. But I guess, when I think about, I don't know if it's necessarily beauty, I guess it is more fashion, but if you've ever met me in real life, I wear a lot of accessories. So I always have like buttons or pins or something in my hair. I always have like a wild set of glasses on. I usually have a ton of jewelry. So maybe some of those more accessory places might be more my vibe. But I don't know if somebody was like, I want to see what lipstick from you looks like, or contact lenses, or whatever. I'm down for the challenge. Let me know.
Oh, we're down for the challenge too. Believe me, in DressX, we will love to see that if you want to take that road. Believe me, it will be a great thing, And well, I just want to wrap up with this and saying thank you everyone for holding up for these 2 amazing hours and hearing everyone experience. And I hope everyone has been learning more about the waters of Lilaca drop. If you want to have, some of the NFTs there's already in the marketplace, 19 hours left. So and to get your NFT right now. So thank you very much everyone for joining us tonight. And I hope you have enjoyed the conversation. Thank you, CK Bubbles, Sinful Meta, and Playful. Oh, sorry, Readily. I was reading your name on the Discord. So thank you very much for tonight for inviting me. It was a pleasure being here.
It was a pleasure having you, and a pleasure, truly a pleasure meeting you. Definitely, let's continue conversations. And you kind of have inspired me to even go into the Discord and check out what DressX is all about and see if there's ever any way that I can help spotlight any of your creators. Like, always feel free to reach out.
Yes, of course, we will be delighted to, my friend, because we are looking for community initiatives to support. We're looking to make as much noise for everyone as possible. Digital fashion is something that is just happening, and it's a great moment to be in this wave. So we invite everyone to, engage with DressX platform, engage with DressX, ideas and vision of how we're working with here, and we hope you enjoyed your staying in the server. I'm always there for you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And now I'll pass it over to Ruda. Any final thoughts?
I think, like you say, like it's all about the people. I don't see this as like just something happening outside from our life. It's still part of it. And I believe what we're doing here is not just about the fashion or the, other stuff like that. I mean, it is, but it beyond what I'm saying is like the community itself. Like, I believe that what we're doing here is creating a space and where, other can connect and relate, and even like if we can have time even in this work, or even looking at like some of the our art or the work, like reflect each other's on the work and get connected and having their own journey and just cheering each other, I say. So I think it's just amazing and just great to be part of this like evolving like landscape of like what we're doing, like what everyone is doing. It's just so amazing. And I think we're doing something like meaningful for the future, or even currently. Like maybe we don't see any progress at the moment, but I'm sure future is there, even like AR, AI, like everything. And not just the NFT. I mean I guess the discussion of this interview is just about beyond NFT. So we're just taking everything over them. Yeah. So I just want to say, yeah, it's amazing, and I just want everyone to like never give up, keep their dreams, keep going, and inspire each other.
That was beautiful, and I'm so eager to see what creations you may bring to the space, or what value can be brought through your presence here. Whether if it's teaching someone how to animate or whatever it may be. Like, please, I ask, I kind of what would be the word? I would like to say again that, like, if you ever see any of us hanging out, just feel free to join us. You're always welcome.
Awesome. Thank you.
And now, CK, you know the drill.
Thank you so much, Sin, always for being such a good friend, a community leader, always having me on the show, whether I'm a guest or a co-host. Thank you to DressX and the team. It's been so amazing to collab with y'all. I feel so honored that the team reached out after Fashion Week to do this collab, and to be, I unironically the first person to bring nail art to the platform. I've never chased like the first for anything, because that doesn't really matter to me. But when I did see that nobody else had been doing nail art, that really felt like an honor. And I am even more honored that I got to do it with Ruta. So thank you for always being an amazing collaborator. I feel really lucky to be in this space and to be able to get to do these things, to be able to build and create in all these new realities. I just feel so excited, and energized, even though, people are always talking about how the markets are down or the numbers are low. And, for me, I just get to keep pushing it and keep playing. And, I see Decentraland, I see the AR spaces, DressX, these sort of incubators for creativities and skill sets. So, sometimes when you want to look at it from the financial lens, or the amount of people that are engaging lens, it can be disparaging. But if you're looking at it from an opportunity to sort of grow yourself and your capabilities, it is this very fruitful playground, that you can excel in. And the worlds are luckily small enough in a sense that you can actually make meaningful waves, and you can get the recognition, and people can see you and celebrate you. And yeah, I just want to keep doing as much as I can and bringing as many people along for the ride so that they get celebrated as well, because I never do anything alone. It's always with somebody else, and it's better. It's better together. So, reach out anytime you want to know anything about. I'm not an expert, but I can try and help share my journey in AR, my journey in 3D modeling, my journey in SDK and programming, and my journey as a creative director too, and like developing concepts and creative decks and mood boards, and working with amazing talents like Ruta, who's also a photographer and video editor. I'm always available, and come in the CBD Discord anytime. We love to have y'all there, and there's a lot of welcoming people ready to teach you anything you want to know.
Thank you, CK, and mark your calendar. Pride Week next year. CK Bubbles co-host.
Oh, I wonder what our topic will be.
Oh, I mean, we could we have a whole year to speak about this, and kind of like gather like some guests, like whoever would like to come in. It'll be fun.
That's like 10 years in Web3 time.
I know, right? Can you
We're gonna be
imagine?
so old.
Can you imagine how like from this time last year, how much we have done, how much we have grown, and yeah, like I just trying to think about it. I just see so many. I'm getting flashes of like just so many things I can't even keep up.
I mean, it's just been a wonderful, chaotic ride of growth and thriving, really. I mean, I, like you said, a year ago, wild where I was at in the space. 2 months ago, wild where I was at in the space. Like, I couldn't have said that I could make my own wearable or that I could program something or that I could do AR. Like, I could concept those things, but I couldn't actually do them myself. And now I can say, I'm a little baby noob, but I can do it, and that's so exciting because all these things I never envisioned for myself are happening. So be open, and also be open and be kind to others because there's a lot of wonderful people in the space.
Yes, yeah, most definitely have to echo that one. Always be kind, always be willing to help, and giving, because this is an incredible space, and you may help someone out today, and then next week, next month, next year they will be helping you with something. So yeah.
Absolutely. And I just want to do one more shout out
Of course.
because the DressX collab dropped during Beauty Week. So my other collaborators during Beauty Week, Oddjob and Kanessa, who I did the emotes and wearables with, iconic people in the space who are super, super talented. Always got to show my love and respect for them. And I hope you all check that all out.
Yes, the iconic. Oh my God, I was just cracking up all week because Oddjob kept using this emote, the one of the nail artist one, and like he would be like posting up in front of Siren or you, and just doing your nails in the middle of the party, and I didn't know what was going on. Like, where did this emote come from? Like. But
Yeah, it was. I won't go into it too much, but it was pretty magical to bring together an intimate moment of avatars touching hands and doing something related to nail art. It was something I didn't know was going to feel so impactful in the idea of it beforehand, but once we saw it, like I think each one of us kind of got emotional about it because it's
yeah.
it's evolving the way you interact with another person and it's taking it a step deeper to see you doing that with your friend. 'Cause again, avatars in Blender, it was like, okay, that's really cute, but then like when we did it with each other, it was like, wow, oh my gosh. Like I feel like I'm actually there with you and doing your nails and we're chatting it up.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see what AR brings to kind of these emotes. I feel like it'll bring more life to these emotes. Maybe even eventually we'll be able to see our own hands and legs in first person, like while using AR, and receiving that Manny or that Petty.
Absolutely. I mean, that first AR filter I came out with brought to life the nail emote that I did with Issa, and it let you do very similar poses to what you're doing in the emote in Decentraland. So that was like a fun little connection I did there, and I would love to see how to continue to push that in future effects.
Hey, it's an exciting future in this space. We're all developing, and we're all next week we could see something totally new that we've never seen.
Exactly.
So on that note, I would like to thank you again, CK, for being on Beyond the NFT. Thank you, Havo. Thank you, Ruda. Really appreciate your time, and my apologies that I've kept you 16 minutes over what was probably the 2 hours that you were told. But yeah, and some final shout outs. I would like to say hi to Zam. Hello, Zam. I see you. I see you in the Twitch chat. Much love to you. Brandon. Yeah.
Yes.
Say that again. Say that again. I just unmuted.
Sorry. I said a big shout out for DollHouse too, holding the space in the Decentraland.
Yes, yes. Big shout out to DollHouse, home of Beyond the NFT. Um, this is actually like a very, very welcoming and loving place to be in, and I am honored to be able to host these events here every week. And yeah, final shout outs to our sponsors. Songbird Collective, Meta One Designs, Vox Sports, Dr. Drip, and of course our baby dolls. We love you. Thank you for being our hosts. And yeah, stand by and we will raid the next streamer on Twitch and continue to act natural on the metaverse. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Everyone, good night. Bye bye. Have a great night.
You too.
All right, everyone. I'm rating Princess Chaz. So make sure to show some love, say hello, show some Decentraland love. Yeah, we need to show lots of that. So maybe one day she might perform for us. You never know. Maybe.